my buddy, he's actually the neighbor of this property, and he told me that his buddy, the person that owned this property, was going through some hard times and needed to kind of sell the property and was looking to put it on the market. So I just contacted the guy. His family was living in it, so they were kind of depreciating the value of the property just by living in it a little bit too rough. And so the dude didn't have the money to fix the property at the time. That's when my buddy contacted me. We lined up kind of some of the numbers and figured out some offers that we can make to him. And that's kind of how we very first started. Most of these properties that we actually do get into, a lot of them are similar. Family kind of destroys the house. The house costs money to fix up to put on the market, or else you're gonna take a huge haircut. And so people look to cash buyers to kind of finish the deal. So the neighborhood's always a plus. We're very close to an Amazon center. We're very close to a lot of jobs. My old neighbor actually has this exact model of a house. He actually refinished his basement with it, so I knew what needed to be done with it right off the bat. The work was not super complex whenever we were doing it. A lot of the stuff was simple stuff that I could do. There was quite a few issues with the property. The dogs kind of ruined a bunch, so the carpet was all shot. The salmon color on the walls was a terrible color. The exterior needed painting because it was probably 10 years old painted. They smoked in the house. Smoke is very detrimental to any rental house that you can have. We had to refinish the hardwood. We did replace all the appliances with stainless. The light fixtures are the door handles. They were gold. We replaced them with stainless to match the gray theme of it. The stuff that we paid for interior and exterior paint. We paid for the carpet. We paid for the sod. And so those really are the only 4 things that we had somebody hired out to do. We did do some minor stuff like backsplash and, you know, replacing the toilet or upgrading some fixtures. Kind of my process is I look at the total fixed cost of the house, so basically how much the house needs to get fixed up totally. This house was about $25,000. It ended up being about $30,000 total after we added in kind of the extra things that we needed in it. So then I did a comparative analysis on the market, which your realtor should be able to do, and basically they just take 5 or 6 homes that sold in the area within the last 6 months, and then they figure out, you know, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, what exactly are they gonna sell for, and then they kind of average the sale price of all that. Once you get that number, which in this market was $470, then we know, all right, well, right now the thing will sell for $470 if we could have it fixed up totally. We come off of that number and we figure out, okay, if it's gonna cost $30,000 to fix, and then we could sell it at $470, and you know, it might be $20,000 in real estate fees at the end to sell it, then what can we actually buy it for to still make money? And whenever you're looking at these numbers, you need to take into consideration time, how much your time is worth and how much risk it's gonna take. The market currently right now is wobbling a little bit with the interest rates. You know, you just gotta take into consideration all of it and then figure out what you can pay for the house. This house, we actually figured out we could pay $370 for. If we had about $30,000 in costs, we're in it at $400, then we could sell the thing about $420, totally in it with real estate fees. And then hopefully we can make $70,000, $80,000 at the end. So whenever we line up the offer and we submit the offer to the guy, hey, we could buy the house for $370. He ended up accepting the offer, and then we ended up getting appraisal work. So whenever you get an appraisal, they look at the house currently, not in its fixed up state. The comparative market analysis is the house in its total fixed state. They don't look at the house in its fixed state, they look at the house in what the current state is. So we bought the house at $370. The house's appraisal was actually $440. And so right away, we already had cushion in the house because we could have sold the same house as is with no work for $440. That kind of dictates the market as well. You know, if you could sell it for $440 as it is, then once you fix it up, then you should be able to sell it for quite a bit over that.